Recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the chairperson of the committee. I thank the ranking member of the committee, Mr. Engel, the chair, Mr. McCall, the ranking member. Mr. Speaker, I'm on a mission of mercy. I've been on a mission of mercy for 8 years because it's been more than 8 years now that Austin Tice has been detained in Syria. 8 years it's been. That's how long also this family has been grieving. I too know the Tice family. I have met with them multiple times and talked to them multiple times today, in fact. And I'm grateful to many people who have made it possible for this resolution to come to the floor, so I think it important that I immediately thank them. I want to thank Speaker Pelosi because I talked to her personally about the Tice situation. I thank Majority Leader Hoyer. I had a conversation with him. I want to thank Congressman Hill for his steadfast resolve to not only help Austin, but also to help Dr. Kamal Maz, his constituent. Again, Chairman Engel, you have been stellar, superb, and supreme in allowing this to come to the floor. And Mr. McCall, you have been a great partner. You have demonstrated the kind of bipartisanship that the public expects from us on issues such as these. And of course, I thank the 41 co-sponsors of this legislation. And finally, I want to thank the Tice family for having the courage, the strength, the intestinal fortitude to stay with it, and never one time have they given up on the belief that their son, their eldest son, can be returned home to them. Who was Austin Tice? Well, he loved his country. He loved his country. He went to the Marines. He was a Marine captain, a veteran Marine captain. He is such. He played by the rules. At 16 years of age, he was in college. He received his degree, undergraduate, George Washington Georgetown University School of Foreign Services. He played by the rules. He went on to get an opportunity to help others. He believed in helping other people. This is why he went to Syria. He went to those places where few of us would dare to go. And he went because he wanted the world to know what's happening in these distant places. And while he was there, he went missing. And a month after he was not heard from, a 43-second video emerged with the title, "Austin Tice is Alive." We know that he's alive. We want him back alive. And we're asking all who can be of service to do so. The president has weighed in. He has sent the Tice family a message indicating that he is going to work hard to bring Austin home. This resolution today is another step in the direction of bringing Austin Tice home. He's a great American. He's played by the rules. He's the kind of son that any one of us would want to have, and the kind of son that Deborah and Mark Tice are blessed to have. But their blessing should not end with having the son. Their blessing should end with having their son with them. Again, I thank all who have played a role in getting this resolution to the floor, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, yields back the balance of the time. Gentleman from New York reserves. Gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm